So, evening guys, welcome to my first video discussing the problems of the world. I'll put it out there straight away, I'm not liberal, I'm not left, and I'm not far right, but however, I am sensible, I'm realist, okay, and I can see what's going on in the world. And unfortunately, tonight, on the news, there's been another attack in France. Generally, the broadcasters are going, a suspected terrorist attack. Oh, we're waiting out to find out. It could have been an armed robbery. Fucking load of bollocks. ISIS have already come out and said, yeah, the bloke was from Belgium. He's one of our boys, and he's done here. Well, what makes it even worse is then when these liberals come out and turn around and say, is this what that France will have to live with every day? Then we've got Sadiq Khan, the London mayor. Okay, funny enough, a Muslim who's turned around and said that the terror attack in Westminster in London is something that Londoners have to get used to as day by day, is a load of bollocks. So, I'm going to sit down and have a quick discussion about this. Now, we all, as realists, probably slightly right, all understand, that this is clearly an Islamic problem. Yeah, okay, not all Muslims are bad, okay, but however, they sit under the woodwork and they don't do anything about the situation. They let these nutters run around in the name of their religion and faith, okay, causing chaos, okay, and killing loads of people. So when people say, not all Muslims are evil, the bollocks. If it's that bad and they really care about it, then the moderates will do something about it. So this conversation, I want to break it down. First of all, I want to talk about Nazi Germany. And then I want to talk about a few facts about Islam, okay, and we'll talk about what's going on today and what the fuck is actually anyone doing about this problem. So what I have to say is, Germany, Nazi Germany, was really bad, alright? The world stood up, went to Adolf Hitler, you can't be fucking doing this, mate. Who do you think you are? Right, and we sorted it. That went on for a while, but understandable, the world dealt with it. So Nazi Germany, okay, the Third Reich, okay, consisted from 1933 to 1945. Alright, and it consisted basically of the National German Workers' Party. So that's what Adolf Hitler and his predecessors were a part of. Alright, back then, Germany consisted of 67% German Protestant, 33% Roman Catholics, and then less than 1% were Jewish or of other beliefs that were probably just out the woodwork. So our ideology then was far right. Alright, it was racism and anti-Semitism. Alright, so they basically believed in a master race, which was Aryan German supremacy. So they didn't believe in a religious sort of caliphate, so to speak, but they believed that white Germans were the supreme race, and that's how they see the rest of the world. So, what was their tactics and methods? The methods were to repress the Jews, non-white Eastern Europeans, the Polish, okay, and any other church beliefs other than German Protestant. So we know that World War II was pretty intense, alright, and the Germans went on and took over a number of countries. Now listen to this, these are the countries that the Germans took over. Austria, Croatia, Slovakia, Italy, Poland, France, Holland, Belgium, Greece, Serbia, Romania, Ukraine, Finland, North Africa. Now, whoa, the penny seems to drop here. Doesn't it seem to you and to me that a lot of these countries are now suffering with problems today? Right, and that's just a list of few. We could go on. Alright? Funny enough then, when you think about World War II and what the Germans done in Europe, in the Arab world, nothing really happened. Yeah, there was a bit of North Africa, Egypt went on, but the actual Islamic world, nothing happened. They didn't go on and start taking on Muslims, did they? Down in like Saudi Arabia and Iran and stuff. Right? There was a no. Actually, if you read into a bit of research in there, Hitler warned towards Islam, and he was quoted in one of his speeches saying, "The people of Islam will always be closer to us than, for example, France." So Hitler understood the ideology of Islam. He understood that they wanted to be a fucking mass race. Alright, and you sort of see similarities, so to speak. So, yeah, that's Nazi Germany. A bad one, they want to take over the world. Well, funny enough, something seems to be happening very similar today. So, let's talk about Islam then. We know Islam is the Muslim religion, and the definition of Islam then is the religion which professes that there is only one and incomparable God, Allah, and that Muhammad is the last messenger of God. So it's that right, the key buzzword there is incomparable. So there's no other fucking God, right? If you don't like it, lump it, sort of, so to speak. Alright? So Islam's been about for about 1400 years now, okay, and it's broken down into four groups, okay, and there's two main groups, Shia and Sunni. Alright? And Islam and Muslims are supposed to believe and follow the five pillars of Islam. And that is testimony, okay, so which is there is only one God, shit bust, fuck everybody else. Prayer, alright, so it's compulsory, they pray 5 times a day to Allah or Muhammad, yeah. Charity, so they share their wealth amongst other Muslims, so if no one's doing well, so alright, we can see he's actually saying decent about their religion. Fasting, so which is known as Ramadan, yeah, this is so that they can feel and be nearer to God. And then we've got pilgrimage, which is known as Hajj, yeah, and this is where they go off to Mecca, yeah, visit where Muhammad is and stuff like that, and then they feel nearer and follow his journey. Okay, so unlike other religions, right, Muslims have scholars. These are guys that have gone away and they've studied the Quran, they've done all the stuff, yeah, and then they preach, okay, the Quran and the scriptures of Muhammad, yeah, back to the faith. So then within that, then we've got what's known as Sharia law. Alright, and Sharia law, yeah, is a system of duties, okay, laid down that what Muslims shouldn't do and should do. Alright, and this is a very controversial area because there's a real oppression sort of women. So and what women can and can't do and stuff like that, punishments, and it's all a bit backwards to be 7th century stuff. Right, then we've got down into there, we've got what's known as jihad, alright, which means to strive or to struggle. Okay, and it's a military exertion against non-believers. Okay, the only form of warfare permissible in Islam, and moderates claim is a defensive term only to be taken up by those with authority. Only scholars or people of power can tell when they go, yeah, you can carry out jihad. Alright, so yeah, ISIS running around, they are carrying out jihad, alright, whilst all the moderates just sit there and go, oh, but we've not been told to do it, so we're just sitting here. Yeah, we know what you're all about, mate. So, in 2009, the world population, 23%, so 1.5 billion of the world's population was Muslim. Alright, 75 to 90% was Sunni, and 10 to 20% was Shia. So if you watch the news, you see all the kicking off in Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff. Yeah, you understand the internal battles between them as well. Okay, so 57 countries are Muslim majority. Okay, and apparently that's now growing. So within the Arab world, it accounts for 20%, and Asia and Africa are 62% are Muslim. So you get a bit of a sort of understanding of how big this religion is growing. So in 1900, there were 200 million Muslims. In 1970, 70 years later, there was 550 million Muslims. Right, so they've grown quite a bit. And then in 2009, it was called there were 1.5 billion. Alright, so this is a religion on the up. So you can understand where some of these nutcases think, yeah, we are actually going to take over the world. And with the way they spat out babies, probably not. Their birth rates are stupid. So Islam in Europe back in 711 AD, okay, with the invasion of Spain. Key word there, invasion. Alright, yeah, they didn't just nicely tip up and go, oh, we'll settle here, you know, it's like, no, right, we're coming to your land and we're going to take it. There was other battles that went on. I think it was the French that then pushed them back and jogged them on. Alright, Eastern Europe was in the 7th and 13th century, okay, with Turkey becoming the majority Muslim sort of country. And that's where they settled. In 2010, there were 44 million Muslims in Europe. It counted as 6%. And that's not counting Turkey at that time. So with the population of Turkey, that would probably go up a few. Right, in 2011, it increased from 6% to 8%. Okay, and today it's estimated to be between 10 and 12%. Okay, so the European population, okay, 10 to 12% of it is Muslim. So we've got to look, right, where do these people come from and why? So today we've known there's a massive immigration problem. All right, so let's have a look at when I researched and looked at the failed or the fragile states, okay, that are predominantly Islamic. So just to list a few: Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Egypt. Iran, fully understanding that when it all kicks off, that you've got nothing, you need to get out because you want to save your family. Understandable. All right, I've served 2 tours in Iraq and I've done 2 tours in Afghanistan. I've seen it. I've seen how they live. I've seen what they've not got. Okay, it is shit. All right. Now there's twofold. One, they live in a 17th, 7th century backward religion thinking way. Okay, we all have like Sikh, Hindu, Buddhas, Christianity. It's all evolved, okay, and got on with Western society. Okay, back over there, it isn't. Okay, it has not evolved. It is proper old school barbaric stuff. All right. And another one is governance. They haven't really got any governance. Someone's got power, someone don't like that, someone kicks off, yeah. There's a Shia leader, the Sunnis don't like that because they're being told what to do by a Shia, and if it's a Sunni leader, the Shias kick off. Alright, so they're just battling. It's like West Side Boys, okay, in the Middle East. It's absolutely mental. Okay, they're just this religion of peace who can't even get on with their next door neighbour is backward. And that's why the country are in shit state. There's no infrastructure, there's no money, there's no education. All right, so if you're not educated or got any economical stability, the country's also going to go to shit. All right, so you look at them, the EU's foreign policy on this. All right, yeah, fair play, thumbs up. We've helped them. We said, all right, yeah, come over. All right, we'll sort of get you into safety. Now, there's 2 things I noticed. One was, why the fuck were half these people fighting aged males healthy? I'm sorry, when the Germans were bombing London, you didn't see all the blokes, well, there were no blokes, they were all probably at war anyway in France, but you didn't see everyone jobbing on boats over to fucking America or Iceland or Greenland, did you? Alright? They were all fucking dug in and fucking fought for the country. These lot are all fucking jogging on. Yeah, we provide foreign aid, we get money, we've provided support via fucking air because we don't want to put boots on the ground. So, yeah, Europe have done their best to try and help out. But I thought the probably worst decision was, yeah, let's take all these fighting age males. Where's all the women and children? That's all I asked you. But then now let's look at the main countries that took them on. Sweden, in a shit state. Greece, in a shit state. Germany, not looking good with the amount of, like, especially sexual attacks that's going on over there. France, just switch your TV set on now and look at the news. I think it's what 3, 4 attacks now in the past 2 years, and then the UK itself. Right. So you can see where all these main problems with terrorist attacks are happening in Europe, and the main countries that took these refugees on. So since 2015, there have been 211 recorded terror attacks, and they say that 95% of these were related to Islamic ideology. All right, out of them 211 attacks, 151 people were killed, and over 360 were injured. That's 151 families without like brothers, sisters, daughters, sons, fathers, granddads, uncles, aunties. 150 people in 1 year. All right, yeah, you probably only heard about 10 of them on the news. Okay, you don't hear about the little sneaky deaky ones that go on because the left don't want you to know that because they've got to stick up for them then, otherwise, isn't they? Yeah. Since 2011, worldwide, okay, there has been a number of countless Islamic attacks, counting for 9,000 plus deaths and over 13,000 injuries. All right, so 1 year 151, but since 2011, when they flew 2 planes into the Twin Towers, 9,000, over 9,000 people have lost their lives. And that's not including like the 300 odd troops from the UK in Afghanistan, in Iraq, or the Americans that have died in actual conventional warfare against terrorist groups. Okay, so in the UK, we've had since 7/7. Okay, it's been 2. So you had 7/7, and there's now been the Westminster one. So we've done pretty well in the UK. I think it's like 12 terrorist attacks they've actually floored since 7/7. Okay, and they've made a number of arrests. Okay, the counter-terrorism lot and MI5, James Bond's mates here, they all do quite well. However, you've got to look in the UK then at what else is going on. There's a massive jail problem. There's like Muslim gangs, okay, radicalising people inside jail. We already know that we've got a prison population that's overflowing, okay, and we're a pretty hard nation, so criminality is quite a common thing in England. But now we've got prisons where all the jihadis are getting put onto the same wings, and they're radicalising other people via intimidation or bullying. All right. And then the whole policy of multiculturalism in the UK has failed. I don't care what you say, it's failed. All right, you've got no-go areas and ghettos in towns and cities where like segregation, the Islamic, be it Pakistani, Bangladesh, or whatever, they've not integrated. They've just kept themselves to themselves. They've took over towns, right, and they've done it. The London Borough of Newham, right, I grew up in. Okay, I joined the army in 2001 and I went to Canada in 2003. I was 16. In 2003, I went to Canada. I got a phone call from my mum and dad going, "Yeah, we've moved to Essex. Can't take it anymore. It's out of control." He goes, "The streets are minging. No one speaks the language. It stinks." You know what I mean? They took over the London Borough. London Borough Newham now as the biggest population of Muslims, or funny enough, they've got the highest rate of acid attacks as well. Right, then let's look at the hate preachings that go on in like Luton and Bradford, places like that. The police just let it happen. Right, and then this leads on to like the sexual grooming cans that we've seen. Yeah, in Rotherham and that. Why was that allowed to happen? And then, all right, yeah, they've now started banging people up for it. There's thousands of young girls that have been sexually assaulted, and we know that currently in France, Germany, and places like that, these gay geezers all stand about in large groups, okay, staring at girls and following girls. Okay, there's a couple of girls that I know on YouTube that have actually physically been followed and waited for. What the fuck? We don't live like that in our society. Right, and then we found out that English law actually allows Muslims to have Sharia courts. All right, if you want to know about Sharia law, actually go on and Google it and look into it. Okay, it is bad, but because we're such a PC society and we've got cool laws in the UK, they're allowed to have Sharia courts. So there's like poor Muslim women who are probably just peaceful, getting on about daily lives, trying to bring their kids up. Then their old man don't like it. He wants to batter them. They take him to court. The Sharia court will go, "No, love, shut up. That's his rights." Do you know what I mean? So this is the society in England that we're living in. All right. So the thing is, this, across Europe, this isn't a new problem. This has been going on for 45 years. This started all after World War II, when they've seen their opportunity and they've gone, "You know what? All right, Nazis couldn't do it. Let's have our go. We'll do it slowly." Right, and we know that ISIS have turned around and said, "Oh, yeah, we're going to flood your shores with fighters," and they've done it through refugees and immigrants. I tell you that now. All right, you look at the terrorist groups. Okay, we started off here with like Al Qaeda. Yeah, we went to war with them and we did what we needed to do. And then you've got like Boko Haram down in Africa, Hezbollah kind of around. Now we've got ISIL, and then they've now led on to lone wolves who just want to cut their own detail. All right, and then ISIS claim, yeah, the name, the fame for them. Like this guy in France who just drove up to an old bill van and then started shooting coppers. Well, what goes through your nut, yeah, to go, right? My religion, my God, is telling me that let's go out and kill everyone and we'll be all right. we will be the peace. We will be the religion that leads the way. It's I do not get it. And what drives me up the wall is then when broadcasters, news outlets, uh, government officials come out and go, oh, this is what we've got to live with today now. This is part of society. Or, oh, it's not Islam. Well, who the fuck is it then? It's not Jehovah Witnesses, is it? It's not fucking a load of fucking Buddha monks come from fucking Thailand and Indonesia fucking blowing people up. It's blokes who are fucking preach, and extreme views in a mosque or an Islamic centre somewhere, alright? They then come in and go, oh, do you know what, yeah, I think that's brilliant, let's kill all non-believers. So, because it doesn't, now because all these MPs and these superstars live up in their ivory towers, not on working class, estates or areas, alright, they all run round, fucking, oh, we don't give count, oh, look after them. It's not their sons and daughters being fucking pushed around, bullied, harassed, is it? It's not their young daughters or sisters being fucking touched up and raped or groomed. People need to open their eyes. It does my nutting. You can't turn around and say there is not a problem with Muslims and Islam. Alright, I understand it's broken down into moderate and extremist. Extremists, yeah, they're gone. I think there's no coming back for them. So all this stuff like England going, oh yeah, we'll let them back in the country and we'll put them on a de-radicalisation fucking course. Bollocks, mate. It's like trying to turn me from a West Ham fan to a Millwall fan. It's never going to fucking happen. Right? And then the moderates, alright, yeah, nice one. What are the moderates doing about this? Oh, stand on a fucking bridge and hold hands. Put hashtag, fucking pray for fucking Dave, or fucking light a candle. It's not good enough, is it? Yeah? When fucking Hitler fucking started going mental and sending these SS and these fucking troops everywhere, right, everyone wanted to get amongst it and fucking dig in and fucking team up. So what's the difference now?